Coming to you straight from the Rio Grande and beyond, broadcasting to the four corners of the globe. So grab your seat, your coffee, or your sundowner.
Okay, everybody, here we go.
On point, as always. This is Gloves Off. Gloves Off.
So when I was working on Selena, the series for Netflix, to play the role of Abraham Quintanilla, I put on a specific amount of weight, which I was fine doing, but also realizing it could be difficult to get that weight off. I got back into my physical regimen with James Leha, but I was still having trouble with just those last amounts. And that's when I got to meet Arturo from Laredo Medical Weight Loss Clinic. And just the products that he gave me kind of put me over the edge. I feel great about myself.
Back at you and Gloves Off, and today I got a great guest. His name is Joe Barron, dear friend of mine from school. He has a nonprofit. He has something that's for our community that's coming up, and I want him to explain what it is. How are we doing, Joe? You doing good?
Hermano, doing well. Before we get going, Paul, I do want to say congratulations on your platform. I know you're always out there for the truth, and you never misguide or mislead people with anything, man. And from the bottom of my heart, congratulations on your platform and for everything you do for the community, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, we're from here. We love Laredo. We wanted to go forward, and we grew up in a time that we used to see a billboard up there that said, "Let's keep the buck in Laredo." So I'm always for things that are from here.
Yes, sir. That's right.
And I think we have to get back that feeling of it's Laredo, and it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that'll be pushed away. But
and that being said, Paul, whenever it's come down to anything, Laredoans have always come together for whatever
Absolutely.
cause it might be, for whatever thing might be going on. Somebody needs help. They're always Laredoans are always out to help. Look out for them.
You're absolutely correct. I want you to tell me a little bit about your organization that you started and what's its purpose and what you have coming up, because you have something coming up shortly, right?
Correct. So my nonprofit's called Casa Kariño. Casa Kariño came up maybe about 4 years ago. Casa Kariño is a 501c3 nonprofit that we help people that are less fortunate, people that are going through homelessness, people that are going through evictions. We help people. We partnered up with UISD, LISD, City of Laredo, Bethany House, where we help people that are living in cars, especially families, kids, right? It's sad, Paul, that it's needed, but we have tremendous need. There's a lot of kids living in the streets, a lot of kids living with hunger. And Casa Kariño came up with an idea of we have a place for them to come and stay. We give them 2-week increments, right? They can stay with us with those 2 weeks. They get case management, right? To see why they're in that situation, to see how we can help to get them out of that situation. So we've again partnered up with some very good people. UISD and LISD have this program called the McKinney Rental Program, and that does wonders for these families. So I kind of help these group of people, right? Laredoans, right? I am venturing out to another side. We're gonna try to put a light on autism.
Yeah.
Right? The services that we are missing in Laredo. Laredo is very, very far behind in what we have to offer kids with special needs, right? And the event that's coming up on Saturday is especially for that. We have an event. It's called Rocking the Spectrum.
Sure.
It's getting together with the city of Laredo to put on a show with local talent, right? So we have about three bands coming in to play. We have Elias Herrera Middle School Jazz Band that's going to participate. We have a choir from UISD with kids with special needs that are going to sing. Um, we
Beautiful.
have to end the show, which should be amazing. We're going to have the Alexander High School drum line and the United High School drumline. Close out the show, just doing what they do best, right? Play some drums. So it's free to the public, Paul. Anybody can come in, sit down, enjoy the show. There will be food trucks. Um, the food trucks are on their own, right? So people buy their snacks or their drinks from them. But as far as going into the event, it's completely free. We're trying to get up some sponsors, right? Through the sponsorship money that we hopefully raise, we chose United High School to help them build a sensory room. A sensory room is a room for kids with special needs that it's like their gym, right?
Sure.
Where they can go and if they're having a tough day, they lights, sounds that'll calm them down, right? If they're having, they'll teach them how to touch different textures, different sounds. Um, how it's an amazing room. I saw it for myself about 2 weeks ago at another campus, and United High School is the largest high school in the UIC district that has the largest population of kids with special needs.
Yeah,
And they don't have that room, right? So we're trying to raise some money to help them make that room at that school.
absolutely. You know, we have a problem with we have a lot of kids with special needs here, especially autism, and there's a lot of stuff coming out now on the reasons for autism, and I think we should start looking into that and start helping out. Number one, and I appreciate what you're doing, and folks out there, if you have some, go pay attention to this event. Everybody's always complaining that there's no events. Here's an event that's coming out. It's free to the public. Go out there and spend some time, and if you guys can get involved with Joe's nonprofit, do so. Help out, volunteer, because there's a lot of work here. And you mentioned something that's very close to me is we in America always take care of others. We spend money tremendously. Look at what they've been finding out with recently, how much money was spent on other countries, and we don't pay attention to our own backyard. And that to me is very heartbreaking.
Right.
We have problems here in Laredo and in Webb County with poverty, and we need to help that, and we need to help people out because people, we have, like you said, we have to see what's going on to help them out of that hole that they're in, that rabbit hole, and
Sure.
pull them out.
Sure.
And it's a great thing that you're doing. I commend you.
And Paul, it's like it's three things, right? When we say help, we don't specifically mean money, right? There's three things that we have, and you know this, right? Time, your talent, or your treasure, right? If you're blessed to have a bank and you can help, great. By all means, we'll take your donation. But if you have a talent, right? If you're a plumber, if you're a carpenter, if you're whatever talent you have can help someone else. And if it's simple as time, you know what? Come down to the show, be an advocate, share the post, about the like there's different ways you can help. It doesn't have to be financial, right? Time, talent, or treasure, whatever it is. And then as far as Laredo is concerned, I think the numbers came out, and now before it was like one in every 500 kids that we're gonna have, special needs. Now I think it's one in every 36 kids. That's alarming. That's a high, right?
You know, I
So
deal with
then
kids.
Laredo doesn't have. So let's say, okay, so a child, I think the exit age at United or at any school district is like 23 years old. right? We don't have a facility. San Antonio does, right, where they can grow in and they're self-sustaining. They can go and rent a little efficiency apartment for themselves, right? Because parents aren't going to last a long time, right? I mean, we we'll leave a child behind. Um, we don't have that, right? We don't have enough uh, just doctors for it. We don't have enough services for them, right? And maybe we can help catch up.
Absolutely. Well, it's a long process, and like I said, I've been, you know me, I've been teaching for a long time, and I've seen more kids with special needs from I would say 2010 to now than I had the previous 20 years of me teaching people and kids, and it's alarming. It's kind of like out of every 5 kids that comes in, one of them has a special need. It's out there, and some parents don't want to accept that, and it's hard, and and they're great
And those
kids.
are one of the things that we don't have, Paul. Like we don't have. Okay, so let's say a parent finds out that they're gonna have a child with special needs, so they're scared, right? They're nervous, they're afraid. There's nothing to guide them to. There's not like a support group that can say, hey, you know what, we got you, man. It's gonna be tough, but this is the road we're on, and this is what they lay it out, right? So there's not that, right? So there's no help to teach them what's coming in the beginning, and then there's nothing, and everything in between is lacking. And then even when they're aged out of high school, right? So we have a lot of catching up to do. But I do know the health department is working on a very good program to start bringing us up to light. I know the school districts are trying their best, right? So maybe now it's time for us, right, the private sector, the the nonprofits to come in and try to help.
Absolutely, and that's usually what it takes. There's nonprofits for everything, and some nonprofits need that help and push forward out there. And it's great that I see that the city's helping, and so is UISD and LISD getting involved, because this is something concerning. Um, we have a problem with poverty, and I'm glad that you're standing up for it. We have a problem with poverty, and we have to do something about it because
Yes,
our
sir.
kids are
Yes, sir.
kids.
Yes, sir. I
So
mean, Paul, we've gotten a family of 9, and they're from kinder to high school. They're living in a car. 9 people in a car with a pet. How can that happen? How can that be? Right? Laredo is lacking housing, right? There's a lot of need. There really is.
absolutely.
There's a lot of need.
Well, my brother, this weekend it's on Saturday. The event.
Correct. Saturday from 5 to 11. It's at the Bartlett Park. Everybody knows it as the Bartlett Park, but I think it's called Jovitas.
Yes,
Jovitas
Jovitas.
Park. Jovitas Park from, again, 5 to 11. Bring your lawn chairs, bring a picnic blanket. We will have food trucks. We will have informational booths. We will have fingerprinting for kids, right? So parents can have their IDs and come enjoy some music.
If people want to donate there, can they donate to you all? Is there going
Yes,
to be a
sir.
booth?
Yes, sir. We're gonna have a QR code, so
Okay.
people can go to there and I mean whatever it is. Like I said, Paul. I mean, if it's a dollar goes a long way, right? So we'll have a QR code for people that want to help. And again, if not, reach out and time, talent, we'll take you.
And if people want to get a hold of you, how can they get a hold of you? Is there a number, website,
We
email?
have a Casa Kariño website, right? CasaKariño.org. Or just call me, right? 956-774-5645, brother. You
Uh,
can find me on Facebook. I'll reply. Um, you know, uh, you can reach me.
Absolutely. And we'll put that information on the description as well, and
Yes, sir.
we'll get that. Just and folks, go to this event, help out this nonprofit. There's a lot of great nonprofits out there that help youth and help the people here in Laredo. And I think right now it's a time that we have to stand up and help those nonprofits and help our small businesses as well. It's something that we have to do.
Yes, sir.
And I thank you once more for standing up and keep
Paul,
doing
again, thank you, hermano. Thank you for the platform. Thank you for giving me your time. And again, here I'm here to help with whatever you need. And I'm very proud of everything you're doing, man.
Thank you. Until we'll do this, we're about to leave right now, but we'll leave you with this message. You all stay safe. You all be safe, and God bless you all. Till next time, much peace.
God bless, bro.